Hi guys, Benji here with another 500-mile review. These are my homemade car tire, car rubber Huaraches. Let's talk about this. So, these shoes are one of my favorite shoes in my wardrobe. Full confession time. These are a solid 4 out of 5 stars. Only downside being their design. I love these shoes. I made them several years ago. As I was getting into Barefoot, I read Born to Run, and I fell in love with the idea of being able to make shoes from car tire rubber. These are a lawnmower tread that I took a jigsaw, I cut around the wheel, and then I laid it out flat, traced out my foot, cut it out with the jigsaw again, and then I took a knife, a sharp razor blade, and I trimmed up the edges. You can see those edges. They're decently trimmed up. Oh yeah, baby. Looky there. Looky there. So, and then I took a piece of paracord, laced them up, and so I have a toe strap here, I have a heel strap, and then one winds and wrap around my foot with this paracord. For those who are new to this channel, I have 5 points for 5-star system. First, Barefoot, and we talk safety, craftsmanship, materials, and finally design. These shoes are incredibly barefoot. They're 0 drop, there's no heel rise. They, heel thickness to toe thickness is the exact same because it's just a big piece of rubber. They're very open in the toes. You're gonna love the fact that there's nothing on the sides, so your feet can spread as wide as you want. And if ever you outgrow them, you can always cut out a new pair and just let your feet keep growing wider. These are incredibly barefoot. They're flexible, and they're 0 cushion. That's one of the big points that I always talk about on this channel is no cushion. Because cushion makes your foot grow soft, but by having no cushion like this, your tendons in your feet get to grow strong and you get to build nice, healthy, strong arches. The padding, just like you have padding on the palm of your hand, the padding on the bottom of your feet grows thicker, and your feet naturally are able to become their own shock absorbers and their own best friend. These are incredibly barefoot, ultra minimalist shoes. Point 2, safety. These shoes are pretty safe. They're open-toed shoes, but the soles are incredibly strong. They're tough as nails. I have yet to ever be able to puncture these soles with nails, with other things. Stepping back and stepping around, I've stepped on glass. I ran in roads that have broken glass. Been around areas with lots of nails and problems. And these shoes have kept the soles of my feet very safe. That's all they are, is to keep the soles of your feet safe. They keep cactuses out and rocks out, which is fantastic for almost all my barefooting needs. These do it. So they're pretty safe. They are open-toed, which means you don't want to drop anything or have any sort of sharp object coming in from above. You can't swing an axe in these shoes. You'll just chop your foot open. You shouldn't run a chainsaw on them. You'll take your foot right off. But you can walk on broken glass in these things. You can run through cactuses and you will be just fine. These shoes are incredibly durable for the soles of your feet to handle things that no human callus has ever designed to even come close to handling. I have put in so many miles running and hiking in these shoes. Yeah, my feet always stay incredibly safe in them. Part 3, craftsmanship. The craftsmanship of these shoes is lacking. I tried very good to build good shoes, but I could definitely do better. There really isn't much to botch up on these shoes, except the only thing I really botched up is the fact that my edges here are just not perfectly straight. Rubber is really hard to cut with a jigsaw. I've learned you shouldn't cut it with a jigsaw, you should cut it with a razor blade. But at the time, I just grabbed the jigsaw because I thought it was the best thing to do. You know, it's around a lot of curves. And it meant that my edges here have a lot of wave and curves and are not the straightest of edges. So, while there really isn't much to botch up, craftsmanship, they look kind of like I made it in a third world country. Section 4, materials. Materials are pretty cheap on these. This is a piece of rubber and a bit of paracord for both these shoes. They're about as simple as they come. So you really can't dress this up all that more. I mean, I guess I could probably stick like a leather footbed down there or something fancy. But they're very, very simple. I do love these Huaraches. The materials on them are cheap, are easily found, and are pretty durable in themselves. So overall, this is pretty good. The area this suffers in is section 5, design. I get funny looks. Full disclaimer, guys. I get funny looks walking into stores and into areas with them. People look at these and go, "Benji, what's on your feet?" And I go, "These are my homemade Huaraches. You like them?" And they're like, "Benji, that is like the most ghetto thing I've ever seen." And I go, "I know! You should see me when I'm actually barefoot, then I truly am ghetto." But alas, they just don't always get the joke. So these shoes suffer a little bit of design. You shouldn't probably go on a date wearing these shoes. Your date might run the other way. You'd be better off showing off your beautiful feet and just going barefoot. You can, however, walk into Walmart and be just fine and not kicked out because you have something on the sole of your feet. You're not spreading all those barefoot cooties through Walmart. So, design, there's not much to say about this in design, except that they just look ghetto. They just look ghetto. Look at that, guys. So ghetto. They're so gloriously ghetto. That's why I give these a solid 4 out of 5 stars. These are a good pair of shoes. I highly recommend you go out, make yourself a pair of shoes, and learn, what are you actually putting on your feet? What is the durability of what you're wearing? Making these shoes was one of the greatest learning projects in my barefoot career, honestly. And I may make it, if you want, drop in the comments below, and I will try to post a video on how to make a pair of Huaraches like this. I'll have to find me a new tire. That shouldn't be too hard. Find yourself a new tire, go out there, go make a pair of 4-star Huaraches, and join the Barefoot Ghetto Club. Woo! Barefoot Ghetto! Bye, guys. Benji, over and out.